Welcome to the Enginerdy Show. This is Mr. Pold.
I'm St. Jimmy.
DVD here. Right here.
Right there?
Right
you
here.
Sure?
Right now.
Right here, right now.
Welcome to our show about culture, technology, news, and media. In case you were wondering.
I was.
I wasn't.
You're supposed to know.
Oh.
Our fake sponsor this week is Jaws Hands. Liven up your dance routine with the tooth-filled grin of the world's most lovable shark.
You think Jaws ever jumped the shark?
You know Jaws is PG-13?
Weird.
Yeah. Seems kind of violent.
Yeah,
Anti-shark.
but he mostly eats teenagers.
Oh, that's better than...
So,
I like watching sharks eat teenagers.
so before I got to work on the podcast, edit it last week, my computer died.
Oh.
As it seemed like it was the motherboard because even the BIOS was acting weird.
Like it was telling weird jokes or something?
No, like when I went into it, it was doing weird things.
Oh. Maybe your video card.
So we got my son, somebody gave me some computer parts for him, including a motherboard, and he's got some other parts between then and now. So I was like, well, we'll just use his motherboard and build a new computer. And I got it together, and let's see, I had to order some more parts to get it working, and then it didn't work still. So I called a friend that's a IT professional.
Next to do 50-50?
I did a 50-50. Well, he came over and couldn't figure it out, so he brought over a whole nother computer, and we used parts out of that and my old one and the new thing and got a computer working.
Did you have to wait for a lightning storm? It's alive!
No, but it turns out the problem was with my hard drive.
Oh,
which was a solid state drive that I bought like a year or so ago.
Oh, wow.
Did you have a warranty?
I don't know. He's going to try and get the info off of it, but it's dead. So I probably have multiple good motherboards now. But
no daddy boards?
Nope. That's why we can't make baby boards. So I was up to my elbows in computers this week, and I got it up and running just in time last Sunday to put the podcast together.
Nice.
But awesome. I lost all the music.
Oh.
Luckily, I had saved like our intro and stuff on Google Drive when DVD was doing the podcast one week.
Yeah.
So I was able to get it, except for my new song acknowledgement at the very end, so I had to use the old one. So I might try and remember to record a new one again when we're done here.
But, good idea.
Maybe we should back up some stuff.
So I had all that stuff saved on a different hard drive, but for some reason, it erased that hard drive.
Oh.
It was weird.
It does sound weird.
I lost all the podcasting files for a while, but other than that, so if there's not music in some episodes coming up in this one, you'll know why. Because I have to go find new music.
We could sing original music.
We've done that before. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
We did that for our last Christmas.
Last Christmas, I gave you a podcast.
We made up some songs. They were real weird. It took really long.
Yes, it did.
It was fun, though, but it's kind of like a once every 200 episode type of thing.
Yeah.
So, I've been sick for a week.
Ew.
I was starting getting sick. I had the cool, weird voice last week.
Oh, yeah.
And then it got worse from there. So I missed 3 days of work.
Oh, I would miss 6 days of work.
So the last day of work I missed, I just started to maybe feel a little bit better. But the night before, my wife had called me downstairs about 10:30 and told me the sink was leaking in the kitchen.
Oh, no.
So I spent a good 6 or 7 hours on my last day off from work, still sick, part of it out digging in the yard with my hands, trying to find the shut-off valve for the water to my house.
Oh.
Because our water meter was full of dirt.
Oh, you know what you should have done?
Readers. What?
Shop vac.
I don't know. Shop vac would have worked.
Well, you'd have to break it up, but at least you could suck it out of there.
And then when I finally did find, we have a rectangular, I don't know, maybe it's 18 by 12-inch concrete ring lid. It's like rectangular.
Okay.
With a inset, maybe 6-inch by 4-inch metal lid that you're supposed to pull off, and you should have it so your valve is right there. Nope. The valve is offset underneath the edge of the concrete part of the concrete part.
Oh,
I wonder
man.
if the dirt keeps it from like freezing.
I doubt it. It's only like 8 inches deep, that part of it.
That's better than nothing.
The dirt was pretty cold, though.
I bet it's
And
February.
underneath the ground, they have it in a rectangular like box that's turned 90 or 45 degrees to the lid, so that it makes sure it sits on there.
Okay.
But what that does, it based on where my valve was, is it put it right in the corner, so you couldn't get any kind of wrench on it.
Oh,
with
man.
very much
Simply
moment.
irreversible.
And when I went to the store 3 or 4 times. 3 to like
I
a
hate doing
local hardware one, and then to the big box one was the final one. But the first trip I bought like an long handle valve shutter.
Oh yeah,
Based on where the valve was,
T handle.
it
Wouldn't
wasn't-
work.
No. Until later, it might have worked, but I had taken it back at that point when I actually figured out I could just pull the concrete lid off too.
Oh.
I set that to the side.
I was just thinking, man, it'd almost be worth it to like punch a hole in it or something.
So I don't know if you know those tools you can get for working at or trying to unscrew like faucets that are behind the tub of your sink. They've got like a long pole with almost like a pipe wrench on one end that you can flip back and forth so you can turn or tighten or
Okay.
loosen. And on the other end it has like a T handle that slides back and forth like you would on a C-champ or clamp.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ended up using that to turn the valve.
Oh.
And the valve I don't think has been turned since they installed it.
Oh.
So I might make a habit.
So it went really smooth.
No.
Oh,
In fact, the little T handle part is all like
Bent up.
bent and out of shape because I was using my adjustable wrench end, has a hole in the end
yeah.
to get more torque on it, and I was bending it to pieces. And at one point I even bent the main shaft, which is,
Oh, wow.
maybe- I don't know, 1/2 inch diameter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's steel, probably aluminum of some kind.
That's aluminium for our British
Right.
listeners.
So went badly, and I didn't actually ever get it because normally there's the valve has an arrow on the top of it
yeah.
pointing towards your house when it's on,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's supposed to point away from your house when it's off. Well, I couldn't get it quite all the way pointed away from the house, but I got it, I think, 1/8 of a turn away,
Mm-hmm.
and it was enough that water wasn't coming out while
Oh,
I
that's
was
what
working.
you need.
So, and then after I did that, the next day I came home from work and I'd clean up the kitchen and put everything back underneath the sink. The sink was open again, and all the stuff was out from underneath it. I was like, and my wife wasn't there, so I asked my son, "What's up with the sink?" "Oh, there's a leak." I was like, "What?" So before it was the cold water. I thought it was the cold waters. That's where I felt the water. It was on that cold water valve.
Was it cold?
No, well, it was actually. But I undid, I turned it off and then undid the feed to the faucet, and there was corroded threads on that part of it. So I thought, I found the problem. Well, apparently the problem was actually up in the handle of we had one of those.
It probably just dripping
Pull
down
out.
onto it. The
Right.
threads.
Well, if it drips up in
Right.
the mixer area up inside the thing, it then follows all of them down to. And it has been doing weird things. We had horrible water pressure in that sink for at least a month, and it would like pulsate. Which now I'm envisioning water pulsating out of a failed connection and just dribbling down into the sink
Oh.
for this time. And I should have checked, I guess. But I thought it was the house, like because sometimes we have weird differential pressure at different times.
Huh.
Sometimes our shower in our bathroom, our master bath, won't have much pressure.
Sometimes it just
And
sprays out
sometimes
blood.
sometimes it like shoots through you and hits the wall, and you're like,
Under pressure.
right. So I just before the podcast and before we watched our movie today, I got the new faucet put in.
Nice.
And I was really, when St. Jimmy got here, I was really confused at step 2 because it didn't look like anything I had.
Those instructions were horrible.
They were not good. Every step they used the same numbers, like we used numbers, like they had things labeled 1 through 6
It points
on step
at
1.
tube 1, but you can't tell which tube is tube 1, so you look at a different view.
And that's a
in
washer?
different step, and 1 is pointing at a washer. It's like, come on.
And the writing was really small, like big long paragraphs.
Well, because it was in 3 languages.
And
And
it
there
was
were
in Hebrew.
3 different, they couldn't make one for
there were
each.
different options.
There was different models.
So you flip it from the front, which has step 1, to the next page, and it has step 2, which doesn't look like anything that's there. And then you have to like unfold the whole thing, and then you find the other step 2 that looks like your stuff.
Actually, my fault, because when I replaced our washing machine, I said out loud, well, I think we've replaced everything in the house now.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
I like the new valve, the new cold water valve I have, though.
Yeah.
Because the hot water one, you have to like turn like 8 times to get it off.
That's
This one's like a
inefficient.
corner turn off.
Nice.
Oh,
Ball
very
valve.
nice. It's very good.
Sweet.
I might replace the hot water one soon.
Well,
So that was quite the ordeal.
sounds like it.
But now we have water and good pressure
Well, you'll just have to ordeal with it.
and a way better faucet, actually.
Yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Oh, was it?
Did you all get your sweethearts something?
I did.
Yes.
I got mine sweethearts.
After I got home and I asked my son
I
where
got Kit
his mom
Kats.
was, and he said
Nice.
shopping for your Valentine's present. I felt like, oh, great. Now we have mutually assured destruction. She launched her nukes, and I have to go buy some nukes so I can launch them.
Well, I, on my way home from work, stopped at the nearest grocery store.
Yeah, I saw you and our other carpool friend both pull off at the store.
Was there much inventory left?
Yeah, there was.
Oh, okay.
But there was like at least 20 other guys in there buying Valentine's stuff.
I ran into somebody in the card aisle that I knew, and she's like, "I'm telling your wives." I'm like, "Where do you think she is right now?"
She's
out
over
buying-"
there.
Yeah, she probably wasn't the same store.
See, I bought my gift on Saturday and then just hid it till the
I
day.
thought about,
I was sick.
I was going to buy it at least the day before and stage it so when she got up that morning she'd see it, but I forgot.
What I should have done, and next year maybe I'll do this because she works now. I'm going to send like flowers or something to work.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
She'll like that.
And her coworkers will be like, "Oh, you have the best husband." It's all about like showing off for other people. I think Valentine's Day.
Mm.
Well, I've
Is
got
it-
lots of candy. I hope she's not like trying to diet or anything because she got a lot of candy.
My wife goes, "Oh, I got you something. I was going to put it in your backpack so you could take it to work that day and be surprised." And I still haven't seen it.
She also got me a box of chocolates, like a heart box of chocolates.
Oh,
So I took that
nice.
to work. A couple people were like, "Oh, can I have a chocolate?" I was like, "Sure,
No.
you can have a piece of my wife's Valentine for
Yeah.
me."
Oh!
Yeah, you can be my Valentine.
So now we all own partial souls of other people. I
Nice.
think that's how that works.
I think so.
I think so, yeah. They sold their souls for chocolate.
Oh,
It's pretty good chocolate though.
yeah.
I like the caramel ones.
Mm.
But there's also strawberry cream, and there's some raspberry cream ones.
I think they've gotten better because
Cocoa
they don't
truffle?
have the
the toothpaste flavored
disgusting
one.
ones as much.
The toothpaste one. Oh, I got the toothpaste one.
That almost makes it the
Should
good
have bought
ones even
candies by
better.
Crest.
Well,
I got Aqua Fresh candy.
does the odds of having a bad one make the good ones better
Well,
when you bite into
you
it?
put
You're
the
like,
lid
oh,
on
good,
it,
I got a good
And if you
one.
flipped it over, there were different shapes and like
Yeah.
darker chocolate, and it had a legend on the back.
Yeah,
that's
you can
smart.
kind of figure out what you're getting into.
And it was obvious this one was, they were very differential.
Hmm.
Cool.
Well, I worked on my taxes this week,
Oh,
and I was very ticked off at one moment or one point in the taxes
Oh boy.
because
hey, don't mess with taxes.
so the state, you know, when George H.W. Bush said that, he was misquoted. He actually said, "No new Texas."
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
He only wants there to be one
The
Texas.
original Texas.
Yeah. Well, there was a movement to make Oklahoma into New Texas, and
They're trying to
not
be
very
better.
many people knew about that. But George
idea
H.W.
sucks.
Bush,
They thought it would end the rivalry.
Mm.
yeah. So
They were going to have to change the name of the capital, Oklahoma City, though. Because then it wouldn't make sense. So I was voting for them calling it New Austin.
No, they could just make Oklahoma, Texas, then the original Texas could be X's Texas.
X Texas.
But then they'd have an existential crisis. I couldn't fit Texas existential there. There you go. You got it.
I can't do it again.
It was in my head, but it wouldn't come out my face.
Anyway,
your face hole's broken.
I didn't have any problem doing the federal taxes. That was pretty easy.
Read my lips. No new Texas.
Your wife's from a different state that has state income tax.
Yeah, so the state we live in has no income tax. But the state that my wife
now
moved
they know
from...
we live in Zimbabwe.
The state my wife moved from does have an income tax. And what was getting me ticked off
Chad.
was that state, in its tax laws, considers the husband a resident of the state if their wife is a resident of the state or an ex-resident of the state. So they figured that
take your money.
Exactly. That's why I was so mad.
You never even lived there.
You should have gone to an accountant.
Yes.
Because there's got to be a way around that. Because you didn't. Yeah. You never.
I've tried it a couple different ways. It says explicitly in there that if your wife is a resident of the state, then so are you.
Yeah,
but she wasn't when she married you.
She wasn't your wife when she lived there.
Still.
And when she was your wife, she didn't live
there. The way they have to get around it is to file as separately. Oh, yeah. Married filing separately. But that's a higher tax bracket than single even.
Because that would affect your... Now, is that based on your federal...
You should have just not done Utah or that state's taxes.
Or have her do it in her old name.
No.
You could build a large wooden badger.
Let's talk about evading taxes on the podcast. This is great.
I only ended up owing $17 to that state. So, but so I was really ticked off at first because it's like I have to claim my entire income as if I live there, even though I never lived there. But what they let me do is
deduct your
they take a percentage of how much of the money was actually earned in the state,
which is zero.
No, because my wife earned some.
I got you. So, the total amount.
So what they do is they calculate
combined rate.
Our full income for the state's tax rate, and then they prorate it based on how much of the money was earned there.
That probably gets them ahead a little bit.
Yes, because usually she got $200 back from state taxes every year. So,
I lived in Idaho. We got a couple thousand back from federal every year. But we always had to pay like $600 to state or something.
Oh, wow.
Weird. It wasn't that much. Maybe it was like $400.
Well, and it's weird because you have to claim the tax return from the previous year.
As income?
What was your income before? They just took too much of it.
Exactly.
That's not income? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so luckily next year we won't have to deal with that. I didn't say what state it was, but yes.
Oh.
Don't go there. Their tax
laws are horrible.
Yes, I even started writing a nasty email to the
governor.
Yeah.
I don't think he sets tax policy.
Well, it wasn't the governor. It was governor. I found on their website a point of contact for the tax code or something.
They have a complaint department?
No, they don't. It was mostly for questions, but I had this very strongly worded email.
I have a question. How could you do this to me?
This is my money.
I didn't even step foot in your state. Don't they have sales tax too?
Probably.
What?
Anyway.
So, I forgot my other computer. The reason I had computer on Banter wasn't for the computer story I told.
Oh.
So
fooled us. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you'll never fool me again.
A laptop on Amazon, and we paid a little more so that we could get a touchscreen one. Right?
Oh yeah, those are nice.
And it came, and I got into it and started, setting up accounts and all that setup stuff. And then I'm like, "Oh, this is a touchscreen." I'm like, "It's not a touchscreen."
Oh, man. They gypped you.
So I got on with their support and said, hey, I bought this because it said touchscreen.
It's like, can you touch the screen? It's there, right?
No, they were really nice. They said, well, check this. And I said, yeah, it doesn't say that. And they're like, okay, do you want to send it back? I was like, yeah. So they gave us a shipping label.
Now they have all your information.
They already did.
Oh.
It's Amazon.
No, I mean, they have all the stuff that was on the computer.
No,
you just barely set it up?
I went and reformatted everything, so all my setup info's gone.
It's not like when we... someone accidentally sent us we bought a suit coat for my son, and the place we bought it from sent 2 of them. They wouldn't take the other one back. Okay, but we only paid for 1. Well, that's our fault. It's like...
Well, as long as they know about it.
Because they were going to have to ship or pay for the shipping back.
Yeah.
It's like, how bad a quality is your stuff that you won't even...
We don't want that crap.
It costs us too much to ship it back.
You keep that garbage. We don't want it. Why do you think we just send it to you?
So hopefully we'll be getting I haven't even had time to look at it again, but we'll be ordering a different touchscreen laptop. Or maybe just eschewing the touchscreen and buying a cheaper one.
So the computer we're talking on right now, or recording on right now, did an update yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
And it
popped up a thing that said, and it's like chastising me. When you purchase Windows, it's important that you understand that it needs to do updates occasionally. Like, I was ignoring it too long. It said, this computer will restart at 9:51. I was like, or you can click options and change the time. So I clicked options, clicked to 10:51. There's no OK anywhere on that screen. So I just closed it. 9:51, guess what happened? It shut off.
Wow. That's tricky.
Wow. Really?
Fooled you.
It was adamant to do its updates, huh?
Well,
It
you know,
was.
sometimes it has to do updates.
It's important to understand that.
Quit talking to me patronizingly, computer.
Yes. But it's all updated.
All right, for Nerdiculture, we watched a movie, didn't we?
We did. We
just
just
really
watched
did.
it.
It's fresh in our minds.
Yes. A fresh pile of... Oh. It was called Dolan's Cadillac.
They had the guy from Star Trek.
It stars the guy from Star Trek, Christian
Yeah,
Slater.
he's Dolan.
And he drove a Cadillac. Well, he didn't
It was
drive
an
it.
Escalade, which was surprising to me.
He was being driven around in it.
It was his, though.
I guess
so-
I was
Yeah, but he
picturing
didn't
like
drive
an
it.
old
Yeah.
Cadillac, like a...
Yeah, I couldn't remember because I was thinking it was a car, too. I forgot it was an SUV.
No, I didn't think it was a cartoon.
So after I read the sleeve, I'm like, I read this short story before. I didn't realize I had read it before, but I have.
Was it a car in that?
I don't remember.
Huh.
So where's our list of...
Oh.
Sorry.
There was one thing that I was...
Just got a text from
when
Mother.
when it popped up, I wasn't really... I mean, I was waiting for it.
Yes.
His anti-religion message that's in every single one of his movies. It's like, we're almost to the end. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the smugglers
Believed.
that had the truck
Oh, yeah.
at the beginning had a cross hanging from the
Oh, okay.
windshield.
So they were bad people, too.
well, they were smuggling people. So I guess.
So religious people are bad. I get it.
Of course. How do you make this
Editable?
bigger?
How do you zoom in?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to click on the zoom button.
What? There's a zoom
Well,
button?
I'll just do a control zoom.
Ah!
Ooh, controlled zoom.
It didn't do it.
Didn't do anything.
Didn't.
To highlight
Apparently you don't have control of the zoom.
it. You have no control.
Okay.
There's no zoom control.
All right.
We're not zooming in.
Okay, so what's the first
View, right
category?
here.
Title quality.
View.
Well, I mean, it was very descriptive.
View 125.
There, it's bigger.
Yay!
All right.
Slightly bigger. Title quality.
Title quality. Well, it was accurate. There was a guy named Dolan that had a Cadillac. You saw the Cadillac first thing, right?
No, it started with the guys in the rental truck.
Oh.
The yellow cargo truck.
Didn't it just show it driving for a second, like the
Oh, maybe it did. On the
front-
highway.
Started out showing the road. Yes, it did show it driving.
Just for a second, it's like, oh, it's an Escalade. I never said that because I was expecting a car.
6. It's descriptive. I
Yeah.
give it that.
But I mean, you can't tell anything what the movie's about.
Right.
So yeah, I'll go 6 also.
All right, we'll go with
Now,
sixes.
if it was like a Christine type story,
666.
then it would make sense to name it that. I don't know.
Casting. I recognized several of the actors.
So obviously Dolan was the guy from Star Trek,
Yes.
and then
That was a good casting, I think.
the protagonist, I guess
His
you'd call
partner,
him.
I remember, I recognized him.
The partner,
Yeah.
that his bodyguard.
Dolan?
Yeah. I
didn't recognize
recognized the wife.
From where?
I don't know, TV show, I'm sure.
Yeah, I looked up her IMDb, and she was in some shows. I can't remember any of them all of a sudden. But
Was one Life? No, that wasn't her.
You saw Life?
Yeah,
When?
the TV show?
Oh, I thought you meant the movie.
No, the TV show with the cop that gets put away for murder. And then,
Oh yeah. I remember that show now.
I like that show. Dolph Lundgren.
I only recognized the guy from Star Trek.
Really? Oh.
Yes, I didn't recognize any of the other ones.
so the
And I
guy-
recognized the DA or the whoever the
The
government
guy with the
guy
chin.
was. Yeah.
Okay,
did not-
so the wife is Emmanuel
Vogler.
Vogler. Oh, Vagier.
Vogler?
She's Canadian.
It's not an L. It's an I. She was in Saw.
She's from Saw 2 and 4,
I've not
I
seen
think.
Never
that.
seen those.
Nope. Nope. Lost Girl. I think I've seen some of those.
2.5 Men.
Nope.
Uh,
Huh. Mentalist. I've seen that show. Could have been that. Covert Affairs. I've seen that. Maybe it was on that.
The
Wow, there's a lot of
Protector?
stuff.
I don't know.
Human Target. I've seen
Hawaii
that.
5-0. She played Beautiful Woman.
Okay.
CSI New York.
She was in Far Cry. There you go.
Okay.
Maybe it was maybe it was a
Video game.
Supernatural. That's where I saw her.
Ah,
she's in that?
she's Madison in the episode Heart.
I don't remember that.
I bet it was enough for me to recognize her. I usually recognize people, but I don't remember names.
The dude was Wes Bentley.
Never heard of him or seen
It's
him
funny
before.
because that's another type of car I have. He is from Hunger Games and Interstellar.
What was he in Interstellar?
I didn't recognize him.
Doyle.
Anyway, casting.
It's high and low. I don't know. It wasn't
I don't
outstanding. I
give
think I
a
go 6.
4.
What have I done other ones before? Because I don't think it's good. It's not as good as Silver Bullet.
Okay, Silver Bullet was at 8. Sleepwalkers was a 6.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
5.
I'm doing
I think.
4.
4. I'll go 5.
This is good. You're growing. You're learning the right things.
All right, soundtrack. I don't remember any music
2.
at all.
Yeah, I think there was sound.
There was music.
There was music. Okay.
5.
The yelling part was funny.
The LA?
The
Yelling.
Oh. Does that count as soundtrack?
3.
That's sounds.
All right.
5. I didn't give it 5.
Oh.
I gave it a 5.
Oh, I did it backwards.
I said 2. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Cinematography.
They tried.
I thought it
It
was,
was okay. I
decent.
thought it was good.
I'd give it a 6.
Okay.
No, we don't have one for this, but like costuming. Come on. No one had sunglasses on. No one was wearing a hat, which I understand they're actors, but they're in Nevada, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
In Vegas, the desert. And he's wearing a long sleeve shirt quite often, a pullover. I was like, who wears a pullover in the desert?
Well, he doesn't want his arms to get sunburned.
He wasn't wearing it on his face, though, was he?
No.
No, he wasn't.
So what are you doing for cinematography?
I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
It didn't
Special
distract.
effects.
The leg bone was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
Trying
think
to
it
think
looked
there's-
very realistic, but
Nah.
The dead wife didn't look realistic for someone that had been blown up.
yeah.
But it was got me good makeup, but just the wrong one.
Well, it was what he imagined a blown up person would look
But
like.
I understand he's kind of a broken person, so
He's a he's a 6th grade teacher. Come on. He has no imagination.
my 6th grade teacher was awesome.
Oh.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
why.
mine was too.
Maybe I was comparing it my 6th grade teacher to that
See,
guy. and
I was
like,
in Texas for 6th grade.
bet I'm Facebook friends with my 6th grade teacher.
Me too.
I don't
What if he knows we
remember
do a podcast?
any of my
I don't know.
6th
I should
grade
tell him.
teachers.
On Facebook.
Say, hey, we talked about you on our show.
Didn't mention your name, though. You're safe.
Doyle. Oh.
No, it wasn't Doyle.
Special effects. Were there any? There was people getting shot.
Shot, kind of.
He can shoot a running...
Hey, there was that
lady.
avalanche.
Oh, yeah, that was special.
4.
I'm going to say 5.
Okay. Stunts.
It drove the caddy into a hole.
They didn't
that
show
was
it.
Cool.
That didn't. Yeah,
Really?
it was not.
Well, they showed the fake road cover. Should we maybe tell people what the thing's about?
They're really confused. Okay, so here's the synopsis. There's a guy and his wife. They're trying to get pregnant. They're both teachers. And then there's people smugglers, a guy that's trying to bring sex slaves into the country through Mexico, I guess.
As one does.
Well, they brought some in through Canada.
So anyway, the wife is riding a horse, which one does in Vegas,
Nevada.
or whatever.
Out in the desert.
While silhouetted against the sky is spying on a human transaction or human trafficking transaction gone horribly awry where people are killed. And she drops her phone when she's trying to call 911 instead of riding away like one would do.
Right. Which
it was put in witness protection, the most horrible witness protection ever.
since their car was
they
outside
brought their
the
car
hotel.
with them.
They somehow knew that she would be the one driving the car or attempting to drive the car, so they put a car bomb in and she got blown up. And then he seeks revenge against Dolan.
So
who is
she
the
sneaks
trafficker.
out of the hotel because she's out of pregnancy tests.
You guys didn't even hear my joke when I made one later when he was like wobbling drunk, looked like he was gonna puke. I was like, I wonder if I'm pregnant.
Oh, I heard that. That was funny. So Dolan has the wife killed,
Right.
and the guy
Revenges
him by joining a road crew, and then on a 3-day weekend when the road crew's not working, he
digs a hole
in the road, covers it with like a painting of the
A la
road,
Wile E. Coyote.
which you guys totally called.
Yes.
And then he removed all the detour stuff as he saw them coming, and then put it back
so cars
after they went through, so other cars wouldn't come. And then they taunts him while he buries him alive.
The caddy drives straight into the hole, basically.
Right.
And it's narrow enough that they can't get the doors open far enough to get out.
And it's bulletproof.
Yes,
and
that was actually established earlier, which goes to continuity.
And the electrical system doesn't work, so he can't get the sunroof open, but the DVD player still works.
Well, it's on a separate battery,
Or
probably.
the computer.
Oh, and they had a cell blocker. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
That must be what he
That
put
little black
in
box, yep.
in the bucket or whatever.
No, he set it next to it.
Next to the hole.
I'm not sure what the bucket was for. That's kind of like a red herring.
I thought he was going to bang it, but...
I thought so too, but maybe it was a way to so sound transferred better into the car. I don't know. It was a red herring, I think. That
Maybe.
goes against the continuity.
Was it a bucket? Is that what you would call it?
It was a bucket, yeah.
Okay.
A small bucket.
It looked like a little metal pan that
Metal bucket. Yeah.
you'd use in a dentist office or something.
Oh, I was thinking like to keep coins
Like a spittoon.
At a Las Vegas.
Oh.
Anyways, what was in the book?
I don't remember that.
Do you remember a
from the
bucket in a book?
No.
I would just Google what is the bucket for, but it didn't come up with anything.
No one knows.
It's talking about the bucket loader, which I don't know who calls it that.
I do.
It's a front end loader. Caterpillar.
I've heard it called a bucket loader.
So anyway, Dolan dies,
in the car.
and his whole operation gets
You don't see him dead.
taken apart by the feds.
He's buried alive.
So while he's burying Dolan, he finds out from his guy at the feds that they have got enough evidence to get a warrant, and they bust his whole operation. And Dolan would have gone to jail if they could ever catch him.
He was saving taxpayers' money.
That's what I was thinking too.
Although they'll probably waste a lot of time trying to find him.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be on the FBI most wanted list for forever.
Like, man, he just disappeared into thin air.
Are they going to find him, though, when they try to repair the road?
I think they're just paving over the top.
Are they?
They'll probably do an overlay.
Oh, okay. pretty smart then.
Yeah. At least that's what the deal in the book
And it looked like when he's putting the final brick on, that the car is right underneath the surface.
Yeah.
What's more likely is over time...
It'll settle. Well, the tires will go flat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So then at that point they would probably repair it. Maybe.
And find...
But he's dead, so...
Yeah.
At that point, how would they ever figure out who did it?
Or would he go back later...
Right.
And get the money?
Because
there's $1.2 million in the briefcase in the car.
That's what he said he had. He might have had more.
Yeah, he could go remove a couple stones, open the...
That'd smell really good.
The sunroof, and grab the briefcase, and be out of there.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So stunts. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any stunts there was.
There weren't.
He was really good at angry
poorly
face.
Done ones.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing with the protagonist. He always had a constant angry face.
You know why? I figured it out.
Blinks.
They were filming in Arizona with no hats or sunglasses.
Nevada.
And he had light blue eyes. He's trying to keep his eyes from frying.
I thought it was they were casting for the part.
Oh,
they're like, wow, that guy has really angry eyes. That would do good for somebody.
That's all he did, though.
Yes.
That's not a stunt, though.
All right, 5.
Yeah, 5. I don't think there was anything exciting or...
All right. Plot. It's pretty
okay
solid.
Plot. Yeah, I liked it.
The plot.
It was a plot. It was quite plotty.
6.
Yeah, I was going to say 6.
All right, we'll go 6s.
Continuity.
All right, continuity. They did
like back and forth seesaw a little bit. The bucket bugs me. There's got to be a reason.
Is there like a YouTube breakdown of this movie?
It'd be too long to do one of those everything wrong with.
Okay.
5.
How did they find where they lived?
That was the thing, like
find the car.
So she goes home, gets him, they go to the sheriff's office.
The sheriff's like a racist.
The sheriff's like, oh, they're just Mexicans.
Right.
Basically. It's like, what? And then they get home.
They cut, during that scene, they cut to Dolan having the guy go try to use the phone to track her down.
And it's already dark, it seems like, at that point.
And the lady's already, like...
decomposed.
Looks like she's been dead a while. Maybe it was the...
Somehow, they get this dead person's body into their house before they get home.
Right, and then she's like, her mouth is sewed shut with her finger to it, like shushing.
Yeah, it was weird.
So it's like, hey, be quiet or we're going to kill you.
But then they killed her anyway. Well, I guess
she
she didn't
quiet.
stay quiet, but...
Yeah, okay, I'm going to change it to a 4.
For continuity?
Yeah.
Okay. I liked how they set up the bulletproof car.
Yeah.
That was...
Because that would be a problem if he had...
So that was in the plus category of continuity, but the bucket really drags it down.
Well, I guess
the bucket
reading the sleeve, it said the car was bulletproof, so...
Oh, I wonder if he put the bucket over the antenna.
Oh, I bet that's what it was.
You know, they had those
figured
little
it out.
shark fin antennas.
All right, let's put a Google... we need to have like a Reddit post.
Okay, put the continuity at 5. Just kidding.
Yeah, we figured it out, so I'll go with the 6 on that.
Okay.
Because the bucket was dragging it down a point for me. It was.
Well, I'm glad I figured it out because that was like, what the heck?
Was it worth?
They made a point of
Mythbusters on it.
Him with the bucket and putting it on that certain spot on the car. So
it was a metal bucket.
Yeah,
there was not a hole in the bucket.
No.
Characters.
No, 3.
There were characters.
Well, they were poor characters.
What about the diamond miner?
Oh my god!
The laughing and the odd accents that they like to throw in.
I like the foreman.
The foreman? Well, he was
the construction crew. Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed like a construction crew foreman that I've met before.
Okay.
I think I'd rate a little higher.
Maybe
I'm gonna give it a
maybe
4.
4 then. You're right about the foreman.
That diamond miner dude was just out of place though.
Yeah. So was the driver.
Oh, the chick.
Yeah. It's like
it was funny
she's
how
fine with him killing a bunch of people. Then he was saying some like
racist
things, and she gave him a look.
nonsense, and she's like,
okay, well, that's smart.
but then she dies instantly in the crash.
That's true. 5.
Okay. Acting.
2. The acting was horrible in this movie. All around.
His wife was okay.
So was it the Mangler horrible, or was it Graveyard Shift horrible? Because I'm thinking Graveyard Shift.
Okay, I guess it wasn't as bad as like Riding the Bullet acting.
Oh, you gave that a 1.
I like that one.
That was horrible.
Whatever. What did I give that one? 7? No, Riding the Bullet. Riding the Bullet was not good.
Yeah, sure.
4.
2, same as Mangler.
I was thinking Silver Bullet.
Okay. Dialogue.
Garbage.
Yeah,
it's not good. It was like lots of
2. It was random,
extraneous, like long
stuff
soliloquies.
That maybe sound like it was supposed to be deep, but was just words strung together. 2.
Yeah, I agree with you. 2's across the board.
That's the worst we've ever given one.
Horror? No, we gave the Mangler.
It was not horrifying at all.
There wasn't any horror.
There's horrors.
There were horrors, but it wasn't a horror movie.
No, this dead body wasn't. I mean, it wasn't scary. It moved that one time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, when he was imagining.
She puked. This showed dramatic puking. 2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.
Oh, that
I wasn't trying to be scary.
That's true. LOLs.
It's quite a few.
Well,
I laughed pretty good on it. Were we laughing at the movie or each other?
Each other.
We laughed pretty hard at the guy not being able to blink and just.
Oh yeah, well we were.
When he was
fun of the movie,
I am mad.
Throwing shovelfuls of dirt on Dolan and mocking him. That was pretty funny.
That was funny.
I'll probably give it a 4.
Yeah, 4.
4 sounds appropriate.
Okay.
For me as well.
Quotability.
Can you quote anything in the movie?
No.
Let me think.
No, I can't think of a single one.
Nothing I can say on the show.
No, there was that odd rant that kind of distracted from his acting. Thought this is kind of out of character.
I think the most. I was gonna say the writing on the bathroom wall was probably the most interesting.
Yeah, that's true. That
it was like, "Don't look up here. You're peeing on your shoes."
Yeah,
I don't know.
I remember that actually.
Quotability.
2.
I had 2.
2. Yeah.
It kept my attention, especially the last
Awakitude.
half.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Decent.
It was short too, so it couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7.
8.
I'll say it's probably as good as Cell. Puns.
I can't remember any quotes, so how am I supposed to remember there's any puns?
Well, I was thinking before it started, I was like, hey, if there's any puns, I need to point them out because...
We made some, I think.
Yeah.
1.
All right. And Grouptitude, would you watch that just... Would you have kept watching it if you were alone?
I probably would have turned it off.
If I knew
really?
the last half hour was coming, I probably would stick with it.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean...
So that's a half hour out of how long
the
was it?
acting
90 minutes?
for me...
So a third.
The acting for me was so horrible, I probably would have turned it off in the
I
first
didn't remember it
20 minutes.
being that bad.
I'll go 3.
All right. What are you going with?
This one I always forget what...
It's a higher score means you would be more likely to watch it on your own.
Okay, 3.
Give it a 5. What were you going to give it?
3.
3? Okay.
Wow, 4.4. That's not very good for me.
So, IMDb had this at 5.7 out of 10. So the highest... No, it's just below Silver Bullet.
Right.
Between Silver Bullet and... Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah, my favorite one.
Rotten
Silver
Tomatoes
Bullet,
top
Overdrive.
critics didn't have a score, and the Rotten Tomatoes audience gave it
The critics wouldn't watch that?
31% of them would recommend this. So the combined other score is 4.4, and we gave it a 4.23.
Wow.
So pretty close.
Is that the first time it's been that direction?
Where we've been lower.
That's the first time that we've been lower than the...
Wow.
the combined score.
I don't know if people just don't understand how bad that guy was acting.
If it did have a top critic score, it would have been
drag it
really
down.
low. So that's probably why.
Okay, so
Well, what's
scroll
that
up a little bit.
Sell. Oh, it's divided by 2. Okay.
I was trying to see how our score.
Just average.
What's the
Oh.
what 2 other movies it scored between?
It's still for
Well,
Dolan.
let me
with that one?
make it smaller. There's a thing right there to change the size.
The part says 100%.
Okay, so it's between...
So a little bit higher than Riding the Bullet and a little bit lower than Maximum Overdrive.
Okay, yeah. The
I think
ending
fits
part
good.
brought it up, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got better near the end. So...
Okay, well...
I think the acting got better in that part too.
Yeah, it did.
Because you cover him in dirt and make him look like he's sunburned.
Uh-huh.
And maybe
He doesn't...
you can't see his face because he's farther away shots. Maybe he
Looks
does
less
distracted
angry.
about his angry look.
Well, and then you're down to just 2 actors, which were the 2 probably better actors in the movie.
Yeah.
Not
I
counting
think it would
the
be
dead
better
wife.
if he'd seen the murder and been killed, and the wife was doing the revenge.
The construction work.
Oh, you'd want him to gender swap it?
Yeah, I would. I think that'd make it better. Mostly because she's a better actor and better to look at.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I know how much you love gender swap
I don't,
movies.
but that's not. That wouldn't be a gender swap movie. That'd just be switching one character.
Okay, but I want to suggest some. Pretty Woman.
That would be funny.
They made that.
That'd be
It's
a good-
called Deuce Bigelow.
Oh yeah,
No.
it'd be a funny.
No, I had one.
concept.
I was
Little
gonna-
Women,
No, what was it?
Little Boy. No,
Pigs in Space.
Anyways,
because
maybe
they did a
it'll
lot
come
of
to me.
that character for character on like Battlestar Galactica, and I thought that went well.
Ah.
Hmm.
All right, so maybe watch Dolan's Cadillac.
Before other things like the Mangler.
Yeah. I liked it the first time I saw it, and I had remembered it as being interesting.
It was interesting.
It is. I mean, his revenge got interesting after he realized he wasn't going to be able
Is
to
that
just
the majority
shoot
of the
him.
short story? Is that part of it?
I think
As
so.
far as I remember, yeah.
That makes sense. It's when the guy strays away from Stephen
Most of
King's
the
idea.
backstory was probably flashback, maybe. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I'll have to look and see if I
But
have
since
that
it was
book.
a short story, they had to,
Yeah.
Right, fill it out,
fill it out.
Yeah.
but not quite Michael Bay it.
And that's Nerdiculture.
Nice.
How could they have Michael Bayed it? More explosions?
He could have.
Really fast action scenes and then really slow motion parts. They're like, why are you slow motioning that?
He could have made the Cadillac explode or something.
A transformer.
I asked if it was a Transformer at one point. I'd make it funnier. What happened to the horse? It doesn't go in witness protection, right?
No.
I was expecting when she was surprised, I expected them to have the horse's head in the bed.
Oh yeah, I was.
But
Or
I just
she
watched
gets on the
too.
horse and the horse blows up.
That would have been better.
she goes out to the parking lot. Yeah, because who let somebody go to witness protection with their own car?
I don't know. That was retarded.
That would have been better if she'd gone out in the parking lot and the horse was hitched up. And then it explodes.
That'd be the Leslie Nielsen version.
Yeah. All right, let's do Technerdigy.
All right.
So, you guys have heard of streaming. Obviously, we all stream
What?
TV shows and movies through Netflix
It's
and
like
Amazon.
a small river, right?
Yes.
And there's even companies that, instead of like buying a game and putting it on your computer, you actually just log into a server and you play it over the
Minecraft.
internet. Oh yeah, kind of like that. Well, this company is called Shadow.
The Shadow knows.
That's
This is
scary.
a Wired article.
Oh, so it's not even stream. Oh, I guess you can stream through Wired.
So they wanted to take it a step further and host your entire computer on the internet.
That's like Google Drive.
Well, your
Like
operating
processing
system is actually on the server. So you can get this box that they sell. It's called a blade or something. Maybe.
Are they going after like cheesy action movies?
No.
The Shadow, the Blade.
Yes. So what it
Kung Fu
is
Panda.
basically you're streaming a high-end computer.
Oh,
And it's a subscription service. It's started in France.
that's like when they have places or things you can use to like log onto your work computer from home.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So similar, but it will have the speed of like a super fast computer.
Or your internet speed.
Right. So this is initially targeted at people with really fast internet. So it's under 30 British pounds a month, so like $35 to $40 a month.
Probably you'd spend on a really good computer.
Right. So I was thinking if you multiply that by 12 months, like people that want the high-end super fast computers are probably spending more than that. You basically, and then it comes with a certain amount of storage, and you can add storage for more money and other stuff. But what happens is you log into the application, and it brings up Windows 10 desktop, and you can change, customize it. You can download programs to your, C drive, which is actually on the server. And once you're in there, you wouldn't even know that you're streaming it. It's so fast.
Right. And you don't have to worry about virus protection and stuff like that, because I'm sure the company takes care of that.
Yeah, because they don't want a virus on their server.
Techs so your computer's never going to go down.
Yeah. So
that's not a bad. I think that's a good idea.
There's multiple ways to get into this. You can buy their box. It basically comes with 4 USB ports, headphone and microphone jacks, 2 places to hook monitors into, and an internet connection, and that's it. And all it is basically a router that displays onto the video screen. The other thing is you can also get the app on a certain smart TVs, so you don't even need this box. You would just need to be able to hook a keyboard and stuff to your TV. You can access it through a tablet or a phone. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Kudos.
And then you can they don't sell games. You would still get them from like Steam or download them from wherever you get your games from. Let's see what else is cool here. They were testing it out. They said they took 2 like super cheap Chromebooks and put the operating system on one locally with some programs, and then the other one they just put the app on and streamed their desktop and just had people try it out and guess which one was streaming, and they all guessed wrong. The streaming one worked way better.
Oh, of course.
So,
interesting.
Probably has, high-end computer speed would be awesome.
This would also be good for people that like to run virtual operating systems inside. Like if you have a Mac computer and you want to run a virtual Windows 10 machine, you could just do it through this, and you wouldn't have to download 2 operating systems onto your hard drive. And then the nice thing is you never have to upgrade your hardware again, because as technology advances, they automatically upgrade
so just
your virtual hardware, and you're paying
your ransom.
You pay the same, and so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it.
So I used to work at a technology company called Micron that makes computer memory, and while I was working there, I heard about the cloud for the first time. This was back in the early 2000s.
Pre-clouds.
They were talking about, oh yeah, in the future you won't even have a copy of Windows. You'll just stream it. And I was like, for a monthly fee. And I was like, nobody's going to do that. That's stupid. Why would you pay a monthly fee, But this actually makes it sound like...
Oh, if you stop paying the monthly fee, do you lose all your files?
I don't know. but you could transfer them to another file
like a
storage.
hard drive or something.
Yeah, because it runs just like a computer. So if you hooked up an external hard drive, you could just transfer the files. So another thing they talked about was security. And basically, one of the concerns is that there might be hackers in like Ukraine or something that all they have to do is hack one server and they have all this information. Well, they're going to have it locked down so that you are subscribed to you tell them what country you're in. All your information is on a server in your country, and it can't be accessed from other countries. Like it won't.
Cross
a country or a computer from a different country can't access the server that your stuff is on. So that makes it a little bit more secure.
Unless you live in Ukraine. Oh.
Yeah, well...
No offense to Ukraine.
You would only be vulnerable to hackers in your own country. So it reduces the percentage of people that might be going after your information. So the service is available in France. They're going to roll it out to the UK soon, it sounds like, and eventually to the US and other countries. And they want to be the Google, Google-sized company of this. So they also will monitor data flow and usage and make sure that nothing shady's going on. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Fascinating.
Yeah, so this is I think they're called Shadow or something like that. And the box you can get is called a Shadow box, I think. Yeah. It looks cool. It's a weird shape with some glowy lights on it. But you could just have that and never need to upgrade it and have the latest computing speeds to... Because it's like, you get a new game and you're like, oh, this would run better if I had a faster mother processor chip board. Sorry, a faster processor. But with Shadow, you would always have the fastest processor available. So it's kind of cool. That's Technergy.
All right, the news. So, there's quite often people will use helicopters for things like animal research. So chasing down and tagging animals, right? Well, in Utah, there was a helicopter that was about to launch a net at an elk they were trying to tag.
Doesn't sound very nice.
The elk apparently freaked out and charged their tail rotor, killing the elk and taking the helicopter down.
Ooh,
it did not kill
revenge.
The people. Right.
He sacrificed himself for his community.
I thought maybe it was like rutting season and he thought it was a really weird looking elk. He's like, I can take that one.
Ooh, look at her. Our children will be able to fly.
But people are like, oh, this is so inhumane to chase animals with helicopters.
Look at the rack on that one.
And the scientists, they're using it to study animal herds trying to protect the animals.
Right. They're
like, yeah, this is the best and only way you can get to places where animals are.
Right.
Couldn't they disguise themselves as rhinoceroses?
They could try that, I guess, but they get a little hot in there, I heard. This is my favorite news story I've seen in a while. There was a fireman from someplace in Canada, Toronto, I think, who was down on a skiing vacation in New York and got lost. So, 140 people a day searching with helicopters, some people sifting through snow by hand where he was, and he turned up 6 days later in Sacramento.
What?
He was really lost.
And he is confused about, he has like missing time.
About how he got there?
How he got there. He says he has somewhat recollection of sleeping in a big rig. And that's
so he hitchhiked all the way across the United States, 3,000 miles.
He is like
2,500 miles.
So they figure he probably had a head injury caused by skiing, then wandered onto the road and hitchhiked. Big rigs all the way to Sacramento. Because when he kind of came to where he was, he called his wife. Apparently, he went and bought an iPhone, called his wife, was like,
I'm in New York City.
No, he didn't know where he was. He called her and was dazed and confused, but she knew it was him because of the sound of his voice, and he used a pet name that he had for her or whatever. But then he hung up, and
Muffy.
So, of course, the people are there, the police, because they're... So when he called back, they got him to call 911 from where he was, because then they can send help. And apparently he just got a haircut. He bought a haircut and iPhone. And was in Sacramento.
Wow.
Well, people are still searching for him.
Could you imagine some disoriented guy coming up on you on the street and being like, "Where am I?"
Like, are you from the future?
You're in California. The year is 2040. I've lost 22 years.
I thought it was great.
That's crazy.
That's a long way to go.
Yeah.
That's like 2,200 miles.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to get 2,200 miles in 6 days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And especially when you're still wearing your skis.
I know. He's still has skis on. Why am I so warm? Got my ski gear on.
Yeah. Well, if you want to support us, send a... No.
Check or money order? No.
Go to engineerdyshow.com and click through our Amazon link. There's one for the US and for the UK. And
I just thought of Flesh. I see someone in the audience has a problem. Expose it to the audience. Sorry.
Anyways, whatever you buy after you click through our site, we get a percentage.
From Amazon.
From Amazon, yeah. Amazon gives us something.
You can't just click through and go shopping up to the Amazon.
Like, oh, that Amazon site's nice. I'm going to go over here.
To Home Depot.
Why would you go there?
Home Despot?
We don't even have one here.
There's one in the city we work in.
It's not here.
That's true.
This is my house. I think I would have noticed.
You can also get a t-shirt there or a hoodie or a mug with our Vulcan Salute logo that DVD made. It's pretty awesome.
Holla.
All right, our next segment is consumption.
We got some realistic sounding ones today.
Yeah.
I watched The Cloverfield Paradox.
Finally, what do you think?
He loved it.
It was very strange.
Was Chris O'Dowd awesome?
Chris O'Dowd was the best part.
His arm?
Yeah.
He got all the funny lines, too.
Yes, he did. He's very good.
Chris O'Dowd from the IT crowd.
It made me watch that show.
Hey, it rhymes.
Yeah, it does.
My wife and I couldn't help comparing it to Life, which is also a space station horror movie.
I wouldn't consider this horror.
Yeah, this one wasn't really, but
The
Yeah,
blurb
there's
part is
hardly
pretty-
any... Oh, never mind.
Not compared to what we just
So
watched.
we also finished off the trilogy of Planet of the Apes movies. So we watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes.
What's the third one?
War?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Planet of the Apes, New York.
It's
Go to
good.
New York.
Go to New York.
So War for the Planet of the Apes was really
And all
good.
of a sudden they're in San Francisco, Sacramento.
It took place in New York. I'm just kidding, it didn't.
That was the sequel.
Nowhere close to New York.
Thank you.
Um,
Planet of the Apes, I don't know what that was.
there's a lot of
think I've
Easter
seen
eggs
either of those.
in there that refer back to the original.
So you should watch the original first.
Now I want to go back and watch the original again.
It didn't start the way I remembered when I watched it last time. It was
The
like-
original? It
Whoa,
starts
this
with
is
them in
weird.
a spacecraft, doesn't
Right.
it? Yeah.
They land and they start arguing over who gets to procreate with the woman.
Ooh,
After they'd been there for like 30
Spaceballs.
minutes.
The third one has Woody Harrelson in it.
Oh, interesting.
really?
Is he an ape or a person?
A person.
Oh,
Yeah, it was good. I
he's
enjoyed
a
it.
man ape.
We went into it realizing that, the apes end up taking over the world, so maybe we
Right.
should root for the apes.
Oh, yeah.
Which the movie does a good job of
Is
helping,
grape ape in
making
it?
you want to root
Grape
for the
ape.
apes anyway.
Great ape.
No, grapes apes. Grape apes. And that's what I watched.
Well, the only things I've been watching are we've been watching the Winter Olympics.
I saw a 17-second clip of it. Does that count as watching it?
No.
I saw a political commentary from
You
one
get
of the
no credit.
skaters.
Why?
I don't know.
Why do athletes think that we care what their opinions are?
I don't know. I've not watched any of it. It's been glorious.
Well, I've watched a lot of
curling,
figure skating, thanks to my wife's wanting to watch it. Yes, and
they do it while doing math. These figures are hard.
And half pipe was awesome. There was some awesome half piping.
There's going to be some awesome full piping afterwards by those athletes.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it was
toking the reefer.
Oh, okay, got it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Crack piping? Oh. No, it was really fun watching them do the half pipe.
I don't know what the kids call it these days.
And then we watched a movie called Intruders. It's basically starts off as people breaking into a house and thinking the owner, who's this woman, wouldn't be there, but she is. But then the second half is not what we were expecting at all. I thought it was pretty interesting. So,
should I spoil it, even though I don't know anything about it?
Yes.
Aliens.
No. They do not. They get in
over their head.
They were in Space Intruders?
No.
That's Invaders.
This was on Amazon Prime Showtime channel.
It was like
our subscriptions fixing to expire, so we were watching movies off of there.
Gotcha.
So it was interesting.
That's it.
Yeah.
So because of Cloverfield Paradox, I watched the IT Crowd a couple episodes.
Watch it again.
Have you seen it? You've seen it before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched the first 2 episodes. One with my kids standing there watching, and they were laughing hysterically. The first episode's pretty good.
Yeah.
Then I took my NyQuil, and I was dozing in and out of it. But my wife was sitting next to me for all.
Hey, I watched IT Crowd when I was on NyQuil.
And then I remember distinctly her laughing about it. So I was like, hey, the next day I was like, hey, what do you think about the IT Crowd? She's like, oh, that's not really my thing. I was like, you were laughing like hysterically. At one point I was laughing so hard I thought I was going to die from coughing. So it's really good.
That's a lot of laughter.
Like the German guy. Did you get to that part?
I didn't get to that part.
Oh.
I like the part with the fire. There's a fire.
In the water.
Water park. No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
Where their office is on fire.
Oh, and then he's trying to remember the number from the...
Yeah.
Yes.
They just put a monitor in front of it when the boss comes down. That's a great screensaver.
I like where he gets a fire extinguisher and like the fire extinguisher catches on fire. Whoops.
Yeah.
He's like, why? And then he looks at it and it's like made in Great Britain sticker on it. And he's like, I'll just put this over here with the other fire.
Yes.
It's so funny. I've just finished Grimm season 3 and started on season 4.
Whoa.
LFG told me he didn't like season 4, and I can kind of see why.
My wife's been watching that.
It's good. One of my coworkers doesn't like that show because the trailer or the commercials for it when it first was coming out scared her children.
Oh.
This shows people transform into like a hexen beast or a werewolf type guy or whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's basically me in the morning.
Right. My son bought Dynasty Warriors 9.
Oh.
So I sat and watched him play that for an hour and a half while on NyQuil.
Okay.
It looks like a really cool game. Yeah, it looks like he was happy with it.
He was telling me about it before he bought it.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we liked from like 3 and 4, they brought back.
Nice.
But, I was really excited when you could pick up like items to make stuff, but it didn't have like a cutscene that took forever. Hello, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Because after you've like butchered your 1,000th animal, the 30-second cutscene is annoying.
Showing you skinning a horse.
Or even picking flowers or something.
Yeah.
This one you whistle for your horse, and if you keep the button down, they whistle for your horse, and you jump on it as it runs past.
Wow.
So it's
that's
instantly
fancy.
on the horse. Looks pretty fun. Looks like old Dynasty Warriors in some parts. You're just like mashing buttons and like destroying people with huge combos.
Nice. That was one of the things.
You had a 32 combo
that I didn't like about some of them after 3 was it didn't feel like. I mean, you were just basically in this mob of people just hacking and.
This one, yeah, there's a method to how. I mean, definitely.
Yeah, and 3 you had to actually pay attention to
combos.
your combos and which way you're facing.
Right. And you level up, and your opponents get stronger.
That's cool. I'll have to come play it sometime.
There wasn't any lagging where large portions of the people just disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
Which was fun on some of the earlier ones.
That's a big problem in 3.
There's a lock-on button, so you can lock on to an enemy, like a boss. So it keeps you like focused on them, which makes the combos easier. Nice. Then I've almost finished Expanse Season 2. It's on Amazon now for the Amazon Prime viewers. Oh. I know the actual Season 2 happened a while ago, but it's really good. Have to figure out what to do with the infected space station because it starts doing weird things.
Hate it when that happens.
Check it out. It's really good. It took me a while to remember what all the characters were, but so I didn't go back and watch any previous ones. But it was very good, and it all comes back to you. I finished Secret World Chronicle, World Divided, Book 2 of that Secret World Chronicles. I'm now into Book 3. Fast. It's fun. I got it for Kindle again, which means I can't read it at work on my computer at lunch, which I could do with the Google Books. Right. You just have to get a downloadable reader or something, app, I think, to read. You can't bring your Kindle to work because it has a camera. Yeah, my Kindle Fire does. Oh. I have an old Kindle I could probably plug in and download it to that. Maybe. Well, if you had a phone you could bring to work, I have an old phone I'm thinking about converting just for a podcast listener and book reader. That's what I do. It's fun. The Kindle Fire is nice with the app because it figures out how fast you read, and then it can tell you how long till the next the chapter's over, or how long till you're done with the book. So you know whether to give up in the middle of the chapter. Helps to burn through a book when you're sick. Yeah, which I did. So I'm in book 3. I think there's like 6 books. So I'm gonna check that out. It's cool. That's what I consumed. All right. And lots of Minecraft while I was sick. I bet. And I won the Super Bowl. Wow. Go Vikings.
In Minecraft?
No.
Oh.
He was taking a lot of NyQuil.
Yes. All right, let's do nerd cred.
All right. I learned lots about SATA cables and video cards and
good. All
kinds of computery stuff. Power supply cords. Yeah, I did that for several days. I was trying to figure out what was going on because I did not expect it to be that hard.
Certain computer problems are like ponderous.
Yeah.
I had a computer I was trying to get an old computer booted up once and I couldn't get past the BIOS. Oh. And I think I determined that the motherboard battery was probably expired. And
could be it.
Yeah, computers won't start if it doesn't know what time it is. Apparently. Do you have any pulled?
Well, I got my wife got me researching something because she just offhand said, "I wonder why February only has 28 days," and so.
Hopefully she realizes that happens and continues doing it.
Yes.
To provide you.
Well, that's 2 fortnights.
So I told her, well, the legend is that when the Emperor Augustus became emperor and had a month named after him, he wanted to have the same amount of days as the month named after Julius Caesar, so he took a day from February and put it into August.
Yeah, that's what I heard when I was a kid.
But apparently that's...
You guys had weird things told you when you were kids.
There's nothing historical to back that up at all.
I also believed in the Easter Bunny.
So I did some research and
I believe in the Christmas Bunny.
I think what it boils down to really is that February used to be the last month. And so... it just ended up with however many days were left.
That makes sense, right? Because when does winter start?
When does winter start?
Yeah.
December, middle of December.
December, January, February. So it'd be the end of December, be the end of the year.
End of February.
End of February, I mean. End of winter.
Well, and if you think about the September, October, November, December, those are like 7, 8, 9, 10. But now they're 9, 10, 11, 12.
Well, I guess back when the Roman calendar was first around, they only had 10 months. And then they had a period of time that they didn't measure in months. Winter. And so when they decided to make months, they made January and February.
You'd also obviously want to make the last month of winter shorter because then you'd get out of winter quicker.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's true.
But Julius Caesar is the one that added the leap year because
he
the
liked the
Julian calendar.
Yes, because the calendar before that they kept having to put extra months in to make up times because it was not matching up.
That's
with
why I
the
have
seasons.
13 now, right?
Yeah.
What?
And then the Gregorian calendar made it even more precise. So
Those monks.
By not having leap years on century years unless it's divisible by 400.
So
Interesting.
if you were still going by the Julian calendar, you'd be 14 days off of where we are now.
Ooh.
That's
Which
like a
apparently some
fortnight.
countries still follow the Julian
We'd almost
calendar.
be in March, wouldn't we?
Weird.
Actually,
Or is that the
for
way?
some reason, it goes the other way.
Oh.
So,
Because they have too many leap days.
Interesting.
yes.
Gregory took out some leap days.
Yep. If there's divisible by 100, it's not a leap day.
I actually
Unless it's divisible by 400, then
Had
it
the
is.
leap day conversation with my wife recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I guess countries like Ethiopia still go by the Julian calendar, apparently.
Well, they never have winter, so it's fine.
The Eastern Orthodox Church uses the Julian calendar to calculate Easter, I guess.
Because they're wrong.
That's why we're number one.
Anyway, I found a lot of useless facts about the calendar.
That sounds right up our alley. When we were kids,
Yeah.
remember we used to just pick a or a encyclopedia letter and read that for bedtime.
Yes.
So my nerd cred, I'm going to give nerd cred to somebody. To my son, Zach, who pre-ordered Dynasty Warriors 9. And then got me to
Dynasty Warriors 9?
Yeah.
Okay, the way you said it made it sound like Dinosaur Warriors.
take Oh, sorry.
Dinosauriers.
Like Diamond or my NyQuil starting to kick in.
Yes.
So when he went to pick it up, I was with him, and he had his receipt and had pre-ordered, and the guy gave him just the game case. He's like, it's supposed to come with a metal sleeve or metal game box. He's like, oh, I didn't know that. So he starts looking it up. I think he called the manager of the store or whatever. We met him back, and he's like, yeah, it just hasn't come in yet, so we'll have to just get your phone number and write a note to call you when it comes in. He's like, good. It's like, excellent. And then today I actually watched a very interesting video talking about planetary temperature
Oh.
and how if you go from planet to planet, you can actually, using the ideal gas law, I think,
Mm-hmm.
you can figure out how hot a planet will be based on its atmospheric pressure.
Oh.
Weird.
Where Venus has a really high atmospheric pressure,
Mm-hmm.
and even though the days there, the night's like a month long
Mm-hmm.
in our time, so half the planet's dark,
Mm-hmm.
the planetary temperature is constant
Mm-hmm.
across the whole thing. They have a high atmospheric pressure. And Mars actually has the same carbon dioxide content, percentage-wise, as Venus does.
Mm-hmm. But
But
the air pressure is way
There's
low.
low air pressure, so it's cold.
Interesting.
And Jupiter has higher pressure, so it's hot. And Earth has mediocre air pressure, so we have...
I always thought
Just
Jupiter
right.
was the
So all we have to
hottest of
do
the
to
planets.
colonize Mars is borrow some air pressure from
Venus.
Venus, so we just need to hook a tube between the two. So
Yeah, that's how it works.
then we have 2 planets, extra planets.
Get on that.
I could write a book about it.
Do it.
Well, obviously, bring them into our same orbit, so we have 3 planets lined up.
Yeah,
We'll
that'll
have
work.
to put them next to each other so we can hook them together.
Just have them
Yeah.
revolve around us.
Yeah, more moons.
That would be great tied.
You have to put them on
Charts.
other sides at a distance that will offset each other.
Mm-hmm.
90-degree angles.
I'm sure scientists could do it. Elon Musk could do it if anyone could do it.
Put them at the Lagrange points.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's it.
All right, our final segment is feedback. We got feedback on the website from Neil Orangepeel.
Oh, thanks, Neil.
He said, "Hey, eNerds Cubed, sounding good with your new microphones."
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually the same microphones. We just got new
Covers,
foam
fuzz.
covers,
and pop
stands,
filters.
and pop filters.
I think the stand
But we did set up the mixer differently to fix the sound.
Right. We had a bad channel. Channel 1's bad. Bad channel.
Thanks, Neil.
But yes, Neil, you're right. We do have better sound quality.
He also had some questions about our Amazon affiliation.
Ooh.
Oh.
If it was like a flat fee per click-through or a percentage of what's spent.
I think it's percentage
of what's spent. It's a percentage of what's spent, and the percentage goes up the more that gets bought during
So go to Amazon Auto and... No.
Buy a car.
Do they have cars on there?
I don't know. You can buy enough parts to build
and
one.
And different things have different percentages.
Right.
I'm not sure what... I didn't memorize what they are, but...
Yeah, so it all
Can
helps.
we see what people buy that gives us the...
I can see what they buy, yeah.
Doesn't tell you who, though?
No.
That'd be a fun segment to talk about what people bought. And this is where it was shipped. So if you want one of these...
No, we don't know where it was shipped.
He wanted to know if that got him nerd cred. I'm going to give him 2 nerd creds.
Pa-ching! Oh, here.
Oh, he also...
That's 3, I guess.
He read a 1-star Amazon review that he wanted to share.
Oh, excellent.
I forgot we were going to do that.
He said that... I was going to do that if we didn't have any feedback.
Oh, okay. That's right.
He said he saw a 1-star review of a digital camera, and the lady gave it 1 star because she couldn't figure out what to put the film in.
That's great.
I might turn my random news segment to that. Reading 1-star reviews.
And he said, keep up the good work. So thanks, Neil.
Thank you.
We also heard from another UK listener, Rob.
Oh,
he
hi, Rob.
commented on YouTube. He, I guess we were talking about Texas Roadhouse.
Yes, because I mentioned the Valentine's Day where I was on a work trip with some work coworkers.
That's right. I forgot the restaurant you went to was...
we claimed we were on a double date.
And then 2 other guys show up.
Yes. And then we argued over whose date, yes.
Well, Rob says that Texas Roadhouse is his favorite steak restaurant in Texas.
Oh.
So, there you go.
That's right. He's European, which means he travels more than Americans.
I've been to Texas.
You were born in Texas, mister.
I know. I'm just saying, Europeans are known to travel more than Americans.
Well, here's the thing. Their countries are smaller. So, like...
He said he went to Texas. That's a pretty good travel.
I know, but they're more comfortable with crossing borders than we are. Because it's like...
I just thought because
it takes us 3 hours. It takes us like 3 hours to get to the border of the nearest state from here. But you could like drive across the entire UK in that time.
Well, with traffic, probably not.
East to west, not north to south.
Diagonal.
All right. Thanks for your feedback, guys. We like hearing that. Thank you for listening. If you want to contact us, you can send an email to enginerdyshow@gmail.com. You can leave a comment on the website, or you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Enginerdy Show. Support the show by going to enginerdyshow.com and clicking through the Amazon link for your particular country. And if your country's not listed, let us know and we'll put one up for it. And buy a t-shirt or a mug.